Okay guys, we got our transmission cross member bolted in. Everything looks pretty good. Liking the way it's all falling out. Got up under here and this floor pan, it's just amazing how clean it is. When somebody had undercoated and the undercoat's popping off, I don't think it's original because, but I don't know. One little hole in the floorboard right here. Some little pinholes right here, but like I showed y'all from the top, it's not bad. Somebody's painted the frame up under here. The rear end housing had some paint on it that's gone now. So anyhow, emergency brake cable's jacked up, and it was broke on this side, so we're gonna pull these axles and pull this backing plate and see about doing something. I mean, I got good shoes, but I was kind of wanting to put disc brakes on this thing, so we'll see. But anyhow, to get these off of here, you got an access hole in here. It gets a bolt that holds the backing plate, and since this has got a dropout center, it's a retainer in here, like a 9-inch Ford or a 8.8 Ford, that actually holds the axle in instead of C-clips. So, in order to get that out, you got to get these 4 nuts off this retainer, and then we're going to try to just take the backing plate and use it like a slide hammer. Hang on. Alright, so that's what we did. We used the backing plate, snatched it, and it pulls the bearing out the axle. Alright. And there we go. Just like that. Alright, so that's the whole assembly off. And we're going to definitely replace these hard lines, all the brake lines, period. And it looks like this control arm right here is bent. I might try to straighten it out and box it, because it might be hard to find a replacement, but we'll see what happens. And actually, this is different rear end setup from an Impala. This is a true 4-link setup. It looks like a it's like a A-body setup, kinda. Got the 4 control arms with no panhard bar. So this is probably one of the first 4-link setups since this is 62. But anyhow, I pulled the tank out. The tank's new, and it's got a brand new stainless steel sending unit in it. And somebody's primed up underneath the tank. So, and that's why I was wondering if that undercoat's original, because where it's coming off looks like primer up underneath of there. And I don't know if that's original primer. Alright, so I pulled out my center section to check everything to make sure everything's good. It all looks good. It's 323 gears, so it'll match up real nicely with that 4L60. But I started thinking about this car, and it's partially in primer and partially rusted, surface rust. So I decided I needed to go ahead and let's get it sanded down to raw, put some epoxy primer and some fast build primer on it. And that way we'll get it sealed against the elements and we can get started blocking on it, since we to pretty much a standstill on we got the motor set in there, the transmission's bolted in. I figured out that a truck rotor, I got had a piece of a truck rotor here, and it bolted right on the spindle, which I had checked it. The spindle length is the same. It runs the same spindle wheel bearing, so I knew it'd work. I just didn't want to pull all that stuff off before I figured it out. So probably going to put C10, that's what fits, C10 rotors on here, and make a caliper bracket and adapt a caliper. And I don't know what caliper I'm going to put on yet, but it might be a 2-piston PBR caliper, like a 98 to 2002 F body, because they're nice, cool, lots of brake surface, and they're pretty cheap right now. The driver's side of this car's got left-hand thread studs on it. And to keep things easy for when I get wheels, I'm probably going to change, when I change the front rotors, they're going to be on point. And I think I'm going to change the studs out in the driver's side axle. That way they'll all run the same lug nuts, and it'll be easier when I get wheels to go on here. Don't know what kind of brakes I'm going to run in the back yet, but it's probably going to be some kind of disc. But right now we've got most of the right-hand side sanded down, and it's really clean. I mean, it really looks nice. It's like a little repair work done in the bottom of the door corner here. And I hadn't gotten to the bottom of the quarters yet, and I expect to find a little repair work down there. But from judging from the floor pans and everything, it's probably not any really bad damage. So this is working on it. I don't even know what time it is, but a few hours. My compressor won't keep up with my DA, so it's taking longer than I would have or should have thought. And then this pretty beauty line right here, this pretty crease right here, is having to be hand sanded. Now I've got it all down to raw right here, except for this little place here, and I'm getting there. I'm almost done here. It's funny about this primer. In some places it was pretty thick. In some places it was even run. So when you got to clean that crap up, it takes longer. Since I didn't know what kind of products was on here before and everything, instead of sealing up some bad body work and putting a lot of expensive paint over top of it, I'm just going to go ahead and strip it all down, seal it in epoxy, and then, like I said, a couple of coats of fast build primer on top of it, and we'll block it out and get it. I mean, this old car is in really jam up shape. I want to put just a knockout paint job on it and really make a nice car out of it. I think it can be. I've got all my chrome coming that I was missing. It all come off a 62 Catalina in Ohio, and it all looks to be really nice, which pictures lie, so we'll see. And whatever we got, we're going to polish it all up and make it look as good as we can. I had a cracked vent glass. I got a vent glass coming. So I've already got all the glass out this door. So I'm gonna do all the weather strippings. I mean, it's gonna be expensive, but if you're gonna do it right and have a better than new car, because they never built these cars from the factory to be as nice as what us as restorers do. So I'm gonna make this thing as straight as it can be. Like I said, I'm gonna block it out and do whatever it takes, and I'm just gonna put one dynamite paint job on it and try to make it as pretty of a car as I can, because I can. I'm gonna show off a little bit, show off my skills, and show what I can do, and if it comes out bad, then I ain't got no skills, but I don't think that's gonna be the case. I've been painting for going on 30 years, and I think I got pretty good gun skills, so we'll see how it goes. But like I said, I want to put a really nice paint job on it, so I'm putting the work in to do what it takes, and it's going to cost. Paint materials ain't cheap anymore. I mean, Used to be you could get a good gallon of paint for $100 a gallon. Them days is over with. My epoxy primer's costing over $100 a gallon. So, but anyhow, that's what we got. That's where we're at. Try to keep you posted. But when you're doing sanding and getting ready for primer, there ain't a bunch of pretty nothing goes on, and it ain't a whole bunch of progress goes on. So the videos might slow down a little bit because, like I said, don't much happen when you're doing this kind of work except a bunch of work, and it don't show real fast, especially when you're working like I am, and I'm working a little compressor to death trying to keep up with a DA, so the going is pretty slow. But as we got some progress, I'll show it to you. I hope to have, in a week, I hope to have this thing in epoxy with a couple coats of fast build primer on top of it, and then we're going to let that sit for a little while, and then we're going to start blocking. So we'll do the last little body work we need. And like I got a little place right here that needs fixing. Not bad. I see there's a high spot right here. There's a bad little place right there. And these are a little couple scuffs, looks like I did when I loaded it up on the trailer when I picked it up. But they're not deep, so a little bit of filler will fix that. But like I said, we're going to work on this thing and try to get it as straight as we can. And we're going to throw a mean paint job on it. So y'all just keep on watching, and I'm going to show y'all something.